You're listening to Folktales by Firelight, where the embers glow, the night listens, and the ancestors speak. Tonight's story comes from the highlands of Ethiopia, a tale of courage, patience, and the healing power of love. This is the story of the lion's whisker. Long ago, in a village nestled between the green hills of Ethiopia, there lived a young woman named Mimi. She had recently married a widowed man named Alem, who had a young son from his first marriage. Mimi tried her best to be a good stepmother. She cooked delicious meals. She played games outside. She sang lullabies as the sun went down. But the boy would not speak to her. He turned away when she offered food. He ignored her when she asked questions. He even ran from her when she tried to hug him. Mimi's heart ached. She loved the boy deeply, but no matter how hard she tried, he would not let her in. She watched him playing alone, saw how he lit up only when Alem was near. At night, she sat quietly outside, wondering,
am I doing something wrong? Am I not meant to be his mother?
One morning, as the rooster crowed and the mist still curled over the hills, Mimi walked to the edge of the forest. There, in a clearing lined with herbs and woven baskets, lived an old healer, a herbalist known for her wisdom and kindness. Mimi bowed low and said,
Mother, I need a potion, a charm, a spell to make my stepson love me.
The healer did not speak at first. She studied Mimi's face, the sadness in her eyes, the exhaustion in her shoulders. Then she said,
I can make such a potion, but I need one thing, a whisker from a living lion.
Mimi blinked, stunned.
A lion?
Yes,
The healer said,
and it must be taken with your own hand.
Fear washed over her, but her love for the child was greater than her fear. The next morning, before the sun had risen fully, Mimi packed a bowl of rice, spiced lamb, and honeyed bread. She walked deep into the hills, where the lions were known to roam. From a safe distance, she placed the food near a tall, flat stone. Then she hid behind a fig tree and waited. Days passed. Each morning, she returned. Each day, she cooked fresh food. Each evening, she walked home quietly, footprints soft in the red earth. One morning, she saw paw prints in the soil. The next, the food was gone. And then she saw him, a lion, golden and large, standing still in the distance. The lion came every day. At first, he watched her from afar. Then, he began to approach the food more quickly. She never moved. She never spoke. Just left the food and waited behind the tree. Weeks passed. The lion no longer growled. He would eat while she sat on the other side of the stone. He even closed his eyes and lay beside the rock after eating. One misty morning, After nearly a month, Mimi walked slowly to the rock. The lion was already there. She knelt beside him. Her hands trembled, but the lion stayed still. She reached out, touched his face, and gently plucked a single whisker. The lion blinked once, licked his paw, and walked away without a sound. Mimi clutched the whisker in her hand like a treasure. She ran to the healer's hut.
I did it!
She cried.
I have the whisker!
The old healer looked at her with knowing eyes.
My child,
She said.
you no longer need the potion
Mimi frowned.
But why?
because the patience, courage, and love it took to earn that whisker is the very magic that will heal your home.
Mimi returned home with a different heart. She did not use magic. She used gentleness, understanding, patience. She learned to listen when the boy was silent. She left space when he turned away. She smiled even when he didn't return her smile. Weeks later, she sat under a tree near the house. The wind stirred the leaves. The sun warmed her shoulders. The boy walked toward her. He didn't speak. He didn't smile. But he sat beside her and then leaned against her side. He had spoken no words, but his heart had opened. From that day forward, their bond grew quietly, like roots beneath the soil, and love, earned with courage and time, grew deeper than blood. That, dear listener, is the story of the lion's whisker. Let it remind you, love does not always come quickly, but with patience, kindness, and courage. Even the wildest hearts can be tamed. You've been listening to Folktales by Firelight, where stories live on and embers carry the wisdom of generations. Until next time, stay warm. If this story moved you and you would like to hear more, then please subscribe, like, comment, and share the fire. New tales await right here at Folklores by Firelight.